Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple, and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy that person. For God's temple is sacred, and you together are that temple. Do not deceive yourselves. If any of you think that you are wise by the standards of this age, you should become fools so that you may become wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness in God's sight. As it is written, He catches the wise in their craftiness. And again, the Lord knows that the thoughts of the wise are futile. So then, no more boasting about human leaders. All things are yours, whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or present or the future. All are yours, and you are of Christ, and Christ is of God. Hello there, and welcome back to another Bible video. Um, Disclaimer for today's video, I am a bit sick. You could probably tell when I was reading the verse, and yeah, I've been sick for a while, so I'm probably not gonna talk a whole lot, but I don't think it's an excuse for me to not uh, do the Bible video this week, so I'm gonna do my best to sort of push through it, and you don't have to endure uncomfortable noises. But yeah, today we're looking at the first book of Corinthians, chapter 3, from verse 16 to 23. And it basically talks to us about sort of being God's temple, and then the part after the temple after that, together we are God's temple. It also speaks about the wisdom of people who say they're wise, boasting. There's a lot of things on this section of chapter 3. And if you can recall, a couple of weeks ago, well, not a couple, 2 weeks ago, I released a Bible video where the main topic was that your life mattered. And I try to speak of a certain topic on every Bible video, important topics such as seeing your self value, not your self value as in, oh, I don't need God, but like seeing your value, seeing the value that God has for you. And here it says on from 16, it says that, don't you know you're God's temple? You yourselves are God's temple, and God's temple is obviously important. So I felt the need to talk about it, to sort of, I feel the duty, because I think it's something, I meet a lot of people, especially given my line of work, but I feel the need to preach, to gospel, to help people. And something that happens nowadays is that people don't realize how much they actually matter, and like that includes also people who are in the faith. So here it says it, as clear as day. Don't you know that, like, you're God's temple, and that together you are God's temple, like together we are God's temple, and of course God is gonna care about his temple. And it also speaks of who truly wants to be wise. Sort of like, who wants to be with me, then make yourself like servant of all those around you. And as well, those who want to be truly wise, then they must first become fools, because those who believe themselves wise by today's standard are not really wise. And I think that also speaks a lot to the current state of our world. There are people out there who think they're wise, who think they know better. Or, for example, the leader, like, so no more boasting about human leaders. We've all heard of the politician or the president who's gonna make the country great again, who's gonna save everybody, and it turns out they're corrupt, or it turns out that it was just a stunt. So it's not only does the passage tell you your true value, but it also shows you that yes, you matter, but don't let that value you have for yourself exceed the Lord. Remember that the Lord cares about you, but that if you truly wish to be wise, then you must become a quote unquote fool. And I think that what it's trying to say is for you to realize I'm not wise and I want to be, so I will ask the Lord for wisdom. Kneel before the Lord, ask for everything. Do not worry about anything. Ask for everything. If you ask the Lord for wisdom, the Lord shall give it to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the Lord will give you wisdom. Blessed be thee who asks for wisdom and not gold or silver, and that God's Spirit is with you. So not only does the Lord care about you, not only will the Lord give you wisdom if you ask Him humbly for it, but the Lord is with you. The God's Spirit is with you, and whoever raises their sword against you, that sword will break. That sounds very Victorian on me, but so and you probably heard that before. Oh, like you matter, but then like some people say, oh, I don't know, I don't think I truly matter. I think people just say that because they want me to feel better. But I tell you here now, truly, that you matter. That you can do whatever it is you just set out to do. I want to make a restaurant. Deliver that restaurant in the hands of the Lord. I want to be a good father. Put your mind, put your body in the Lord's hand, and He will make you a very good father. I want to I want to be strong. I want to make my body stronger. Put that process in the Lord's hands. Of course, some things won't happen. We think that when we put things on the Lord's hands, they will happen without a doubt, and that once we put it on His hands, it will happen definitely. But sometimes the Lord has better things planned for us. Maybe it's not the it's not the time, or there's something better. So I think it's also realizing that yes, put everything in the Lord's hands, but some things will happen immediately, and by immediately I mean the next day or the next week, and some things will take time, and other things will just not happen at all, and that's okay. So yeah, you matter. Your life matters, and I know that like it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but there's truly no other way. I have just read to you the word of the Lord, where it says that you matter, that the Lord will not abandon you, that you have value to the Lord. You're God's temple. And you're God's temple. If you truly wish to be wise, go to the Lord, and do not boast about human leaders, or famous human people, because more often than not, famous people are not really good. There are good people out there, but you gotta be careful nowadays. But yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't talk a lot today. My throat is just really hurting, and if you can hear me like gulp, is because I don't want to make any noises. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave in the description the website I use to read the Bible in English and the different versions. I'm trying to get an English Bible, and if I ever do get one, I'll probably read it on stream. I want to get the King James version, and obviously the other versions as well. And I will also leave the website I use for daily verses in the description. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again, and as always, if you're going through rough times, if a family member is going through a rough time, if things take a bad turn and you think you're just stuck in the desert, you're not stuck in the desert. You just gotta walk through it, and the Lord will be for you on that other side. Just believe, pray, and I hope that you, your family, your friends, that things get better, and God bless you. Bye bye.